welcome to morning coffee. Coffee, fag, breakfast of champions. Yeah, baby. So Marley's had his cup of tea. I got my cup of coffee, and we're ready to go. I got to change that to all comments. All comments. There we go. I'm up. I'm dressed. I'm not in a robe. Frankie, good morning. How are you? Are you well? I'm up and dressed. Look. Ta-da! Ask me why. Ask me why I'm up and dressed. I'm good. I'm good. I'm up and dressed because I will be going out into the garage shortly. I am a little bit groggy this morning. Painkillers last night probably wasn't the best thing to do as much as I did yesterday. I was quite sore last night, shoulder, but I'm here and I'm all good. Bear with me just for one moment. There we go. Back again. No. There we go. Back again. No problem. You missed quite a lot yesterday. Quite a lot yesterday. I was very busy. Very, very busy. So I don't know if you saw any of it yesterday, but yesterday morning I was trying to get extenders set up out in the garage. So I'd got my main router here. I put an extender out in the kitchen, in the back kitchen, and then I had another extender out in the garage, but the signal was really bad. So I don't know whether you saw that the other day. The signal was really bad. So yesterday morning I phoned up my internet provider. His name's Tom. He's fantastic. And he said, give me half an hour and I'll be there. Into the car show. Okay. So anyway, half an hour passed and I got a knock on the door. And it's Ben. Ben works for Tom. They're a local company that supply broadband through radio waves. Really good. And he's got a fucking big box with a reel of cable inside it. And he said, we'll put the cable through, run round to the garage with it, measure it out what you need, and I'll put the ends on for you, because you have to put the special ends on the cable because it comes without, without the ends. So I measured all the cable out, and it took me a couple of minutes. Came back in and he put the ends on, and then he went out into his Land Rover and then got out a new router, and he popped the new router out in the garage as an extension on the original internet connection. Rebecca, good morning. Piss out the window. So yeah, that was that thing done. That was yesterday morning after after my live, I think. No, in between my live, I suspect that was. And then I went live again while I was putting the cable out where it needed to be after he'd got the connections up and stuff. So you all went on that journey with me. And then, once that was set up, I spent the day out in the garage. I did the cleaning and stuff. Yeah, I didn't sleep very much last night either. I wonder if Alan is going to be joining us this morning. I wonder how he got on with the doctors. So, yeah, I went to bed last night, and I don't think I went to sleep late. I think it was probably about midnight I went to sleep, but then I kept waking up, and it's not good, is it? Apart from being tired, Jane, and not being able to sleep, how are you? Are you well? Oh yeah, look at this t-shirt. I found this t-shirt in my drawer. Do you know how old this t-shirt is? It looks brand new, doesn't it? It's not cracked or anything like that. It looks brand new. Do you know how old it is? Fucking 13 years old. 13 years. And I found it in the drawer, and I hadn't worn it. Well, I had worn it, but I hadn't worn it for 13 years. You can never sleep when she's on a late finish. No, that makes sense. It's understandable. Meds. All six at once. Ugh. It's alright until one gets stuck halfway down, and then it's not nice. So, got quite a few people watching. If you are new to the channel, we talk about everything depression and anxiety related, not necessarily talk about negativity. We do have a laugh as well. Good morning, Mark. How are you? Yeah, I'm up and dressed. Alan, how did the doctors go? Alan, 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 Alan. How did the doctors go? Did it go all right? But yeah, I'm not actually. I was sore last night. Yes, I really want to know. He's given you some medication, hasn't he? And said, let's try this. Go on, tell me what happened. Fill us in. Fill us in. I'm excited to hear. Did you get there? Did you go? Please tell me you went. Okay, that's brilliant. And what was the outcome? Was there an outcome? I'm going to keep talking, Alan, but I'm still going to read what you say, and then we'll come back to what you're saying. All right? So, Mark, yeah, last night I got out into the obviously I was out in the garage all afternoon. I come in, I took some codeine. I took quite a lot of codeine. And then had food and one thing and another. Then later on, about midnight, I took more codeine and then got my head down. And I got to sleep all right, but I was fucking sore and I kept waking up. Now on meds, what did he give you? What medication did he give you, Alan? Did he read your list? Antipsychotics. Do you know which ones? So today, my hands are sore. My arms are okay. But I got fucking loads done on it. I got loads done on it. 11 people viewing. Hit that like button, please, guys. You get nightmares. I don't get nightmares from codeine. I do get weird and wonderful dreams if I take tramadol. Tramadol's fantastic. Okay, I'm not really up on those, but give it a go. The government and the country make you depressed. That sounds a bit like politics, and to be fair, I don't talk about politics or religion. I got something on my head. I must have got something on my head when I was doing stuff. Yeah, fine tuning. I've got to get used to using the knife properly. And I need to make myself a strop. Now there's an empty echo in your head. Do they work that fast, Alan? Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Does it feel like a relief? This drummer dude, Jane. You feel strange, in a good way or in a bad way? Do you feel like you can sort of relax a little bit? I'm really pleased that you went, mate. I am. I'm really proud of you. That's a fucking massive thing for you to do. Stepping out and going to the doctor and discussing it all with the doctor is really big. I know what you're drinking, Frankie. You're drinking a cup of tea, aren't you? You're drinking a cup of tea. Marley's just had a cup of tea, haven't you, Miles? Hmm? He's ignoring me now. Yeah. Marley just had a cup of tea. He likes his cup of tea. Bum, 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 bum. No, mate. Coffee all the way. You know me by now. I just do coffee. Legacy, good morning. I'm a bit snotty this morning. Claire, where was you yesterday? How are you? Are you well? Marley's over there, look. Marley! Here. There he is. He's a good boy. He's very happy though. He's just had a cup of tea, so he's happy. He's a good boy. Is you a good boy? He's got up this morning, he went out, he had a piss and he had a shit. And then he came in and he had his breakfast. And then he had a cup of tea, and now he's on the chair quite happily, minding his own business and chilling out. So fair play to him. That's fair, Alan. But you did it, mate. I'm really proud that you did. He can see you. Yeah, it's a massive undertaking in itself, doing that, Alan. Massively proud of you. Well done. The problem you've got now is while you are taking those medications, you cannot drink, Alan. Have I tried vaping? Yes, I have tried vaping. Let me tell you something about vaping. And I'm not anti-vaping, but this is something that people should know about vaping. Using a vape is all well and good. However, the damage that smoking does to your lungs takes years and years and years and years and years. The damage that a vape can do to your lungs can happen in months, and it's much, much, much worse. So compare the two. What would you rather do? Rather use a vape, which, okay, yeah, it smells nice, and you know, but I'd rather smoke, if I'm honest. If I had a choice whether I smoked or not, I wouldn't smoke. However, I'm not in the right mind space to quit smoking. When I am in the right mind space to quit smoking, I'll do it. Until then, I'm going to continue to smoke. So Mark, yeah, yesterday it was a bit of a workout, mate. A bit of a workout on the old arms. I did have a good pump on the arms. Yeah, don't blame you, Mark. Who do you talk to at night now? Get on Discord, mate. Once we've got some people on there. I'm quite disappointed, actually. There's not very many people that are on Discord yet. We need to get more people on. Alan, do you use cocaine? I'll be jacked by Christmas. Do you know what? I really did feel it. I really did feel it. And to be honest, it was quite nice. You used to do a shitload of coke. Okay. Why have I got so few likes on this live? We got 15 people watching and only 2 likes. What the fuck's going on? Hit that like button, guys. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe. Matt, yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, try the patches. The patches can work. There's also a tablet that you can use called Champix. I don't know if it's still available, but that does work as well. That works. It takes away the craving for the nicotine. And if you do smoke while taking the tablets, it makes you feel sick. So yeah, maybe talk to the doctor and get that. Alan, that's really good. Obviously, your doctor knows what he's talking about. So yeah, I'm really pleased for that, mate. Matt, you're welcome. Mark, not everyone. Not everyone. Never done it in my life. Never, ever, 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 ever. You stay away from some mates. Yeah, understandable. Bad eggs, shall we say. Someone called me Mr. Egg yesterday. I think it's because I'm bald. I don't know. You haven't either. Good. Glad to hear it. It's really bad for you. I've never been a drug person. He didn't lock you away, so it's a win. Definitely, mate. I told you he wouldn't. I told you he wouldn't. I got fucking oil under my fingernails, even though I've got cleaned up and shit. 771, that means that we've gained 20 subscribers in a day and a half. You're listening as well. I am glad to hear that, Claire. Are you well, Claire? It must be late at night for you now. What is it, about 11 p.m? I don't know what the effects of coke are. It's not something that I've really looked into, if I'm honest. I've never been somebody that's had an interest in drugs. I used to smoke a bit of weed when I was younger, when I was like 17, but I've never really been a big smoker of weed. I don't like the smell. I don't like the smell. The wildness years, or wilderness years. Yeah, 2 o'clock for you, Frankie. Am I keeping you awake, mate? Yeah, 11:11. So, this afternoon I will be live again. Out in the garage. I'll be doing a bit more on the bowl, I think. I probably won't be doing as much as I was yesterday. Working with money to burn, yeah, that'll do it, mate. You just can't sleep, okay. So yeah, I'm going to do a bit more carving later on. I need to learn how to keep my blades sharp. That's going to be a challenge for me, trying to keep everything sharp. I haven't got a strop. I need to get a strop or make a strop. Lions did say that MDF is good. I don't know if I've got any. I'm going to have a look. I know that I've got some ply out there. I don't think I've got MDF. MDF isn't something that I've used in the past because I always use natural wood. So yeah, I'm going to have a look, see what I can find. I might have some somewhere. A stone with oil. I've got a stone. And what I found on my, it's an old stone. It's not a new one. What I found with the stone is it's got two sides on it. One's darker and the other side's lighter. But I'm not sure which is which and what's what on that. How am I feeling today? I'm feeling really good. I know that I'm going to be out in the garage shortly. And the reason I know that is because people are going to be here. Frankie, stay safe, mate. Sleep well. Catch you later. My hands are sore. I have got sore hands, especially that fucking finger. I kept hitting it on the wood. It's a harder grade. Okay. Nothing new there. Well, my hand's been sore. Yeah. A darker one is a higher grade. Yeah, I suspect so. But Lines was saying last night that I, instead of sharpening it, I should be stropping, which I'm going to try that. No rain in Scotland. No, we've got it instead. It's raining here. Fingerless gloves. Fingerless gloves will not help because it's my finger that I keep hitting. Okay. That's a lot of working to fight off depression. Do you have a family? Yeah. Si said that last night, and I've got a pair of old jeans upstairs. I'll cut a square off and stick it to a bit of timber. What I don't have is Autosol. I haven't got any. So what I might have to do is see what I can find. I think I might have some oven cleaner. You know, the fine grit, like used to be Jif, didn't it, or Sif? Well, I've got what's it called? Elbow grease one of that. So I might try that. That might be good enough. You got wife, 2 kids, 1 income. It's hard sometimes. Yes, it is. I agree completely. I've been there. It's not nice. But although I understand that you may need to work all those hours for the money, if you are on a single income, are you in the UK? There he is, Mr. Egg Dickhead. I'm just talking about you, brothers, you fucking cockbumble. How are you? US, in that case, it's a different scenario. I don't know what government help you are entitled to. In the UK, if you're on a single income, we have something called universal credit, and they will give you a top up to help, which is pretty good. Well, there is that. But I'm not depressed either. I'm actually really, really happy at the moment. I've been through depression. I go through depression, but I'm not depressed at the moment. The last month and a half has been a hell of a journey for me. I started doing this. You just had a Subway. Oh, a bit early for that. I can't do a Subway at this time of day. What I can do at this time of day is a Greggs sausage roll. Benzos. Okay. So yeah, as I was saying, the last month and a half has been a journey. I started doing this. I was terrified. I was shitting myself. But talking about things and opening up has helped massively. I'm gonna pull that across because it's shining on my fucking shiny head. Yeah, opening up and talking about things has helped massively, but it's not about me. The channel's not about me. The channel's about you guys. It's about giving you guys somewhere safe to talk about issues without fucking trolls, Bradders. Without trolls. And I've got zero tolerance for it. So, yeah. Mark, did you see, I don't know whether you could see, how many views I had yesterday when I was doing the carving? I couldn't believe it when I ended the stream. I had 2,300 views. I was like, fuck. Yeah, 2,300. I couldn't believe it. Beverly, good morning. You love my bowl. Thank you. Appreciate it. That bowl is for my darling wife. It's not gonna match, but it's gonna be to go with the spoon. You know, the long spoon. So I've done the long bowl. Yeah, in total though, I had 2,300 views, people on and off or whatever. But yeah, at one point I had over 50 views at one time, which was really, really good. I was really pleased with that. Rob can't count, he had two. You're going to give me a swirly. What's a swirly? I know, Alan. Morning, nice t-shirt. Thank you. Right, so the t-shirt. It looks brand new, doesn't it? Look, it looks absolutely brand new. It's actually been in my drawer for 13 years. And I've not worn it. It's just been sat in the drawer. Relaxing to watch. Yeah, me too. I love watching Sai, the way it works. You're a tank, you got a six pack. Okay. Why do we need to know that? I used to have a six pack. I used to have abs. I used to have fucking chest muscle. I used to have arms that were 4 inches bigger than they are now. I used to train 6 days a week. My back was fucking massive. It went like that. No, I didn't, mate. I didn't. Me and the wife went to bed. We watched Chicago Fire, but I'll probably watch it later on because I suspect, I have a sneaky suspicion that we might have guests again tonight. So if that happens, I'll just be upstairs. You watch 48 Hours. I've not seen that for a long time. You got a 6-pack of yogurts. I remember when I got this t-shirt, I was homeless. And all I had was the clothes on my back. And it was a bad time in my life. And my sister bought me a few clothes to keep me going. If you're homeless, you buy a house. You're just being a prick now, aren't you, brothers? I'm all for sense of humour, but don't be a prick, mate. So, when I first got this t-shirt, I put it on and it was tight. Everything was tight. The fucking arms were really tight, and it was like, you know. And since I've stopped training, I put this on, and I noticed the difference straight away because I remember how tight it was on my arms. And now it's quite loose. So, yeah. I give you the opportunity to not being a dick. Carol, good morning. I hope you're well. Yime, hello. Are you good? Are you good? Tell me you're good. So, yeah, for those of you that are wondering how Alan got on, he got on really well. Yeah, I went from homeless. It took me a long time, Alan. I went from homeless to, I was homeless and living in my truck, my Land Rover. And I went up north for a couple of months. I was single then, obviously, because my ex is what made me homeless, with her bullshit. So I was living in my truck. I went up north to family and spent a couple of months at my sister's. While I was at my sister's, I got a phone call from Beast, and the phone call was literally, "I miss you. Can you come back? I'm in love with you." So I did immediately. I got out of the house, got in the truck, and drove back to Devon. I couldn't live with, the Land Rover in the garage. I couldn't live with Beast. I couldn't move in with her. It just wasn't viable. So I ended up, I rented a caravan, and I moved into the caravan, and it was fucking winter, and it was fucking freezing, so cold. So I stayed there for as long as I could until I managed to get myself a flat. The flat needed a lot of work, so I did a complete renovation on the flat, and I could live there while I was doing the renovations free of charge. Once I completed the renovations, then I started to pay rent, which was really good. And Beast and I had separate homes. We lived separately. We didn't move in together until we got married. So yeah, it was really good. Carol, I'm really well, thank you, sweet. Hope you're doing all right. So yeah, that's how it went from being homeless to where I am now. When we got married, we moved in together. Moved round a couple of different houses that we stayed in, but we didn't really like. And then the opportunity came for us to get this house. It became empty because the lady that used to live here fell down the stairs and smashed her head on the tiles at the bottom of the stairs. She survived, luckily, but yeah, she was really, really poorly. She now lives in assisted living, so yeah. How long have we been with the missus? 13 years. 13 years. Where am I based? I live in Devon. I noticed from being out in the garage yesterday, Mark, I'm all fucking bunged up today from the dust. Dan, thank you, appreciate it. It happens a lot more than you think, Alan. It really does. It happens a lot more than you think. She's lovely. She is lovely. She's amazing. She hates being live. She hates it when I go live when she's here. She doesn't want to get involved. But then when she does get involved, she quite enjoys it. Do you know what I mean? But she won't admit to that. She won't tell me that she enjoyed it. But I know she does. I can tell. Anyway, that's enough about me. Let's talk about you guys. Depression, anxiety. I think we should use Alan today as an example of what we are able to do, even when we think we can't. What do we do for work? Currently, I don't do anything for work, which sucks. It sucks big time. My wife is, she does palliative care. Alan, that sucks. Yeah, help is out there, definitely. Alan was terrified about going for his doctor's appointment. He was even afraid to make a doctor's appointment. The channel helped him massively. I tie you up first. You're a fucking perv, Alan. Such a fucking perv. So, with a lot of chat, he made the appointment, and he was told there was a long waiting list, but then a cancellation came up, and he managed to get an appointment today, and he was dreading it, and I'm really proud of you, mate. I really am. To take the step to make an appointment in the first place is massive. And then to actually go to that appointment, first attempt as well. Good effort, mate. Good effort. It's yeah, massive, massive thing, mate. I'm really, really proud of you for that. Well done. Bum, bum, bum. Yeah. 100%. So it just goes to show that no matter how you feel, no matter how scary something is, you can do it. And I go on and I bang on and on and on about little victories and how little victories can help. But massive victories like that are something else. Something else completely. Alan, more than welcome, mate. That's what I want to do here. That's exactly what I'm aiming to do. I want people to get help. And you've took the first step. You took the second step. In a good way. Don't cry, mate. Don't cry. It's not worth crying over. You did it. You pushed through. You pushed through the fears. You moved heaven and earth to get there, I suspect. And hats off to you, mate. Hats off to you. I'm glad as well, Alan. I'm very glad. It's good to have you here. The weight's been lifting. Yeah, 100%. Mark, you don't really seem like somebody that suffers with depression. You seem quite together, but I suspect that if you're here, that maybe you do have some aspects of that. It's unseen, isn't it? Nobody knows. You almost fell, but you didn't. Anxiety, okay. Is it situational anxiety? So if it's like a lot of people around, that it affects you, or is it the fear of what's to come, sort of thing? Sorry, I'm not just picking you out. It's just I just wondered. You never know what someone's going through. People go through so much silently. And it's people fear of things to come. I'm pretty much the same, mate. I find that if there's more than sort of 3 people in the room with me, it's like I'm getting bombarded by all these fucking voices from all sides. Someone said it sounds like overstimulation. It's just too much. I can't handle it, so I have to get out of the way. The fear of things to come, I have that all the time. Carol, I'm really, really well. Thank you, my love. I appreciate you. You are such a lovely woman. Lovely, lovely woman. The fear of things to come is probably the worst, because there's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, so if I do stuff, I do it at the spur of the moment. if I've got to go somewhere and it's planned, like an appointment, then it terrifies me, and I worry about it and worry about it, and I don't sleep, and I worry even more. And then because I'm not sleeping, I feel worse. It's like a vicious circle. You too, Carol. Look after yourself, sweet. You just felt numb and empty and tired all the time. Yeah, yeah. It was a typical symptoms. To be fair, it is typical symptoms, and people sometimes don't realise what those symptoms mean. And it usually turns out that it's a visit to the doctor because of the tiredness. That the doctor will turn around and say, okay, it sounds like you've got depression. You'd be anxious going back, yeah. Rebecca, I'm the same. I like things to be right. We've got clean clothes folded up here that I've been washing and drying and things like that. See you later, Carol. Bless you. And I don't like it because they're not where they're supposed to be. So yeah, I used to count stuff. I used to count tiles. I was a fucker for it. I used to be able to tell you exactly how many tiles were in a bathroom. Stupid. I don't tend to have that problem anymore. I think part of it is because of the tablets and stuff. You see clutter and you hate it. Yeah, me too. So if I go upstairs in the bedroom, I'll look at my desk. I've got a desk in the bedroom. You probably saw it last night if you saw that I was watching. I was watching a film last night, and I shown my desk and the TV and stuff. So I keep it tidy. Everything has a place on the desk. But if I show you my wife's desk, it's just clutter. Everything's just fucking piled on top, and she's got clean clothes and half clean clothes, and then yeah, that helps, Mark. Going for a walk definitely helps. Why did I say the word? I said the word. What? Not yet. Not time yet. Ant, good morning. Yeah, I'm feeling good, mate. Thank you. There you go, Claire. Just done it. You see that? That must have been a bit of, telepathy. How are you this morning, Ant? Are you well? Try not to walk on cracks. Yeah, I used to do that. I don't do so much anymore. But then I don't walk the streets anymore. And there's no cracks in the lane because it's gravel. Yeah, exactly that, mate. I'm handsome. Thank you, Carol. I appreciate it. Handsome and bald as fuck. It was. Yeah, you're welcome. Handsome and bald as fuck. Right, stay there. I need to blow my nose because I'm all bunged up. Give me a second. morning. And I'm back. Sorry, I had to get rid of it. You know, I was all bunged up and horrible. I was actually 3 rooms away. Fucking there's nothing worse than being bunged up in your nose up here. And do you know what? It was just black from the dust from yesterday. Dum, 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 dum. Yeah, I know what you mean, Mark. I do know what you mean. So when I was younger, I used to. I was a drinker. I used to drink. I wasn't an alcoholic, but I did drink. And so was my first wife. She was a drinker. Where I quit drinking, I didn't bother with drinking after that. She continued to drink. But I acted a bit fucking stupid. I was a bit of a dick. But as far as I was concerned, she was the one for me then. Which is really weird, because now... Anyway. But yeah, she was the one for me. And I used to get paid on a Friday, and I'd go home with a bunch of flowers on Fridays. Could you be a mod? What do you want to be a mod for, Ant? Why do you want to be a spanner? But anyway, it turns out that she couldn't keep her knickers on. Self-medicated by not drinking. Yeah, drink's not good. You do a few channels. All right, I'll give you a go. There you go. Don't be fucking banning everyone, though, will you? Don't do that. Yeah, drink is definitely not the answer. We can have your spanner. You're stuck with your spanner, mate. You're stuck with it. Yime, where have you gone? Are you still with us? You're welcome, mate. You're welcome. You are. Just open your eyes. Get yourself a nice cuppa. Yeah, funnily enough, me too, Mark. I mean, I've always had empathy. I'm just that sort of person. But there was a time when I lived up north that I would avoid things like that. Do you know what I mean? If I thought that somebody was feeling low or having issues, I'd avoid that situation. So I didn't have to deal with it, basically. Whereas now, I greet things head on. You've not got a coffee? My coffee's nearly empty, actually. I might need to put the kettle on again. Okay. A young lad that was going through a hard time, was it? Do you know, it's funny, I remember doing that as a kid. I was probably 11 or 12 walking down the canal. Oh, not a young lad. Okay. "3mm spanner, but you know how to use it." Yeah, I was probably 11 or 12, and I was walking down the canal, and I saw this bloke sat there fishing. I've never been fishing, never in my life been fishing, and I sat down with this bloke, and I said, "Do you mind if I sit with you for a bit?" And he said, "Not at all." And yeah, I just sat watching him fishing. You'd have told him to do one. Yeah, I probably would have as well when I was younger. Jamie, good morning, how are you? No, still morning. 10:49. It's funny how over the years we change. We do become more empathetic. We listen more to what's going on around us. We care about people. Yeah, I hope so, Mark. I hope so. And you know, to be able to do that with a complete stranger must have been really hard for him. You had a job interview. How did it go, Dan? Did you get it? Do you ever go sea fishing, Mark? Or night fishing? My brother used to go sea fishing and night fishing. I need a refill. Let's go get another coffee, shall we? Yeah, I hope you do, Dan. I hope you get it. Dun, dun, dun. So what we were saying about things being out of place, all the dishes that I washed are still there. How is everyone? Rebecca, how are you? Yeah, we're good. I'm going to be out in the garage later on. At some point soon, I'm going to be taking this ceiling down. What I might actually do is see if I can overboard it maybe, but I think it's probably going to be better to take the ceiling down, reboard it, skim it. So yeah, at some point that will be happening. If it does, or when it does, I may go live to do it, but it's not going to be any time soon. I want to make sure that my shoulder's capable. What's wrong with it? Look at it! Look at that! Can you see? It's pretty fucked. Yeah, pretty fucked. Let's make coffee. Dun, 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 dun. My hand's sore there, Mark. Right there. So, the back of that knuckle. Both sides. You see the callus there? It don't look bad. It's fucking terrible. Bear in mind that I'm a plasterer. So something like that drives me absolutely fucking nuts. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, if you look in here, that wall there, I replastered that wall. That wall there, I boarded. I had to batten the wall out and board it and plaster that. Yeah, that wall there as well has been replastered. So yeah, I did all that when we first moved in. And again, it needed work doing to this house. So that kitchen there, this kitchen, ignore the mess, because it's not that much of a mess, but it is. This kitchen wasn't here. It was just an empty room, bare walls, and I had to replaster it all. And then I fitted this kitchen. So, yeah, not quite finished, but it's on the way. And then this kitchen is like 40 years old, and it's fucked. And it needs replacing. You got a new bathroom, yeah, we got a new bathroom as well. Yeah, it will drive me insane, Mark. It's dark, isn't it? Can you see how dark it is? There we go, bit of light. So yeah, being a plasterer, things like that really piss me off. But I've not been in a position where I've been able to do the plastering required to catch the rain in your bathroom. Fuck. You got a concrete post an inch out in the garden. Your eldest is a plasterer. Tell him to get a new fucking job, mate. Worst fucking thing ever. Yeah, I'm smoking inside. My landlord smokes as well. So, yeah. Why is that an issue? Hello from the other side. Welcome. Yeah, 2 kitchens. So one kitchen's got the cooker in. The other kitchen, there's no room for a cooker or anything else. So we've just got a sink in there and a couple of cupboards and a fridge. Do you see a troll? Maybe. We'll soon find out. Yeah, his joints will be fucked, mate. I've got osteoarthritis from plastering. 30 years in the trade. I'm fucked. Yeah, but I'm sure you can smoke in your own home. I am very lucky, mate. The landlord comes, he's a friend, and he comes round regularly. And we'll sit and have a coffee and talk about stuff. We was told no pets. We don't have pets apart from Marley, and he can't kick us out for Marley because Marley's his dog. So yeah, he's an alcoholic. Okay. You don't shit on your bed. No, you don't sit on your bed, but it's not really having a shit, is it? Alan, sort him out. Yeah, we rent. We rent. It's an expensive rent as well. Mark, thank you. Mate, if you don't want to see it, don't watch the fucking live. Simple as that. There you go. Thank you, Alan. Yeah. Again, I mean, yes, I smoke. But at some point I'll be in the right state of mind where I can quit. Thank you, Alan. Appreciate it. In fairness, it's probably doing the same amount of damage as smoking shit would be. Yeah, you do have to have a vice. It's my only vice, if I'm honest. Dan. 5% for being my spanner. No. Dumbass troll. Yeah. Yeah, I will do, me. Don't worry about that, mate. It's funny because it's harder for me to stop smoking because the wife smokes. She didn't smoke when we got together, or she did socially. But with everything that was going on when we first got together, the stress levels were really high, and she ended up smoking all the time, which is a shame, really. You do you 2 or 3 times a day. I wish I had the energy to do it two or three times a day. Fuck's sake. And now, just because people were giving me shit for smoking, I'm gonna have another one. I'm gonna chain smoke. Chain smoke, that's even worse. Youthful vigor, yeah. Do you know what? I was saying earlier, it's not something that I've ever been into, mate. Smoking weed is... I did it when I was 17. And I've had a couple of spliffs since then. But I've never really been one to smoke it. And I can't stand the smell. I think that's the problem. There you go, mate. Look at that. Beautifully rolled. No creases. Lovely. Have I ever tried edibles? Yes, I did. I tried CBD gummies. And I ate the full packet because they were just a waste of fucking time. They didn't work. Yaim, he does himself 2 or 3 times a day. No THC. CBD sucks, don't bother. Funnily enough, I've got some CBD hash upstairs. And I tend to have one smoke of that on an evening before I go to sleep. And it's like someone's turned all the fucking thoughts off. It's really good. It does help. So that's just CBD. I already did, Alan. Yeah, it doesn't do anything, CBD, I know. No, you can't wear one out. It might become a bit tender, but it still works. I remember when I was in my teens, I used to be able to do it 3 times a day. Now I'm lucky if I can do it once a week. So let's get back to depression. I'm not going to get into the anxiety side of it right now. But with depression, I used to find that I'd have more bad days than good days during raging hormone years. Yeah, I know. And getting through the bad days was almost impossible sometimes. You're 18, there you go. And the bad days would be overwhelming, overpowering, and they'd make the depression worse because a bad day was a bad day, and you can't get over those bad days. Until I started doing little victories. If you don't know what little victories are, I'll tell you, because I like to tell you about little victories. Little victories are in everything that you do. So getting out of bed in the morning is a victory. Having a wash, brushing your teeth, making some breakfast even. Everything is a victory. Everything you do. And count them up throughout the day. And at the end of the day, you'll have a total. Then tomorrow, do the same thing. Get out of bed, have a wash, brush your teeth, all the little things that you have to do day by day that you don't want to do, you can't feel, you don't feel like you can do it. You've got to push yourself just to do those little things. Count them up again and try and beat the total of yesterday. And after a while, doing little victories becomes second nature. And I know that I go on about them. I know that people are thinking, fucking hell, here he goes again, fucking little victories. They're all massively helpful. And like I say, sooner or later, it will become second nature to do these little victories. And you get to a point where you can stop counting them. You just know that that's a victory. That's a victory. So by the end of the day, you know that you've done all these victories. Yes, exactly. Start at 1. Gillian, good morning. So now, I notice now, with all these little victories that I count up every day, it becomes where you would have, let's say 5 days out of 7 were bad days. Slowly, those bad days start to reduce. You have more good days. I can't tell you how long it's been since my last bad day, which in itself is massive, absolutely massive. Rebecca, exactly, it's motivational. You guys have probably got more idea of when my last bad day was. I really don't remember, because I try not to dwell on the bad days as well. Sarah, good morning. How are you feeling this morning? Are you feeling any better? And what about today? Excuse me. Pardon me. Are you feeling any better today? I hope so. I hope you are. No idea why. Well, we're all entitled to one bad day. And it is just one bad day, mate. So make today a better day. And remember, you got this, and you're not on your own. That was rubbish. Yeah, we're all human. We're all entitled to have a bad day. It doesn't mean that you're failing because you've had a bad day. That's what I was just saying. So the bad days, we all know that the bad days are there. But it's about not letting it overpower you. Yeah, I know what you mean. So for those of you that had a bad day yesterday, today is another day. Today's a new day. Make it count. Do something positive for yourself. Doesn't matter what it is. Just get yourself that little victory. Yeah, exactly that. Little victories. Alan, in what way? In what way? I hope it didn't make a mess. Like you've done something wrong. What have you done wrong? You've not been anywhere or done anything. You've been sat here talking to us, mate. So how could you possibly have done something wrong? Are you feeling guilty for banning someone? Samuel, good morning. I'm very well, thank you. Appreciate you asking. How are you? I love how people come into the chat and I can sort of guess what sort of area of the UK they're from. Up lad is definitely northern. Shani, how you doing? You've arrived. Good, good. It wasn't a mistake, mate. Guarantee you it wasn't a mistake. You will see a massive difference if that medication is the right one for you. You're very well. Good. Glad to hear it. Yeah, self-sabotage. Like and subscribe, people. Let's pin that. Pin. I pinned the wrong one. How do I remove that pin? Unpin. Pin. Yeah. Especially to a northerner. You couldn't find me. Well, you got me now, mate. You got me now. Alan, remember, one thing at a time, mate. It was obvious duck. Where I'm from, we used to call people chicken. How am I feeling today? I'm very well, thank you. I'm really well. I can't wait to get out in the garage. I'm going to be doing that shortly. So what I'm going to do, when I finish this live, I'll end the live. I'll take the dog for a quick walk out in the field. He won't need to walk far because he's going to be running around like a fucking lunatic as soon as we get in the garage. And then we're going to go out in the garage and start doing some carving because I can. And it's as simple as that. So as soon as I get out in the garage and start carving, I will go live again. Alan, do not regret it, mate. It's a massive step towards the rest of your life. You are claiming your life back. It's going to be a big change for you. Jamie, see you later, mate. Who would have believed that Jamie came in here to troll to start with? Tried roasting me and failed and got roasted. And now he's subscribed. You feel like that after you get a doctor's bill? We don't get a doctor's bill over here, Jane. It doesn't happen like that for us. We've got the NHS, so yeah. You don't like the feeling. Is it because you've not got the voices there? Is it a dread that the voices are going to return? In what way, mate? Can you describe it? Yime, they did give him some pills. Remind me, Alan, what medication have they given you? Sarah, you're not invisible. Dun 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 dun. Am I on all messages? Yeah, things take time. It's going to take at least a week until things start to feel more normal for you. It'll feel really strange to start with because with the medication that they've given you and you've started taking it, everything's going to feel odd. Alan, remind me what the meds were that they gave you. There you go. Thank you. Shani, no, I haven't. I'm sorry. Time heals. Yesterday he was feeling so alone. Unfortunately, last night, Sarah, you caught me at the wrong time. If you had managed to get online about an hour earlier, we could have had a bit of a chat. Alan, that's normal, mate. The loss is all mine. I would have loved to have sat and had a bit of a chat with you, Sarah. It would have been my pleasure to do that. I wish I'd have been available at that time. Very trying, Alan. It's going to be a difficult transition for you, Alan, that's for sure. It's not going to be easy. Don't for 1 minute think it'll be easy, because it won't. It really won't. But you've got it. You made music in AI. Nice. I'll try and take a look later. It's so quiet in your head. It's bound to be, mate. It's bound to be. Put the radio on in the background. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, have the radio on in the background. It doesn't have to be loud, but it's just that background noise is there. Exactly that, Mark. Make goals. You see what's happening here? You see the community that we're building together. That's what we want. That's exactly what we want. Yeah, not Radio 1. Fuck that. You're listening to me, it's helping. Don't listen to me, mate, I'm a dick. I'm only joking. You can push through this, mate. You got it. You're a fucking diamond. I wish there was more I could do to help people. I really do. Radio 2. I listen to Absolute 80s. You just smashed your radio yesterday. Yeah, take a minute. Take a minute. Alan, do me a favour. I don't know if you want to try this or not, but it might help. Are you listening? Tell me you're listening. I want you to try something for me. You might feel a little bit silly doing it, but you might feel better. No, I don't listen to religious music. I don't do religion. So, on YouTube, look up That's What We Said. Lovely guy. He does breathworks. So you breathe in for 2, out for 2, in for 2, out for 2. Then you'll do a breath hold for an amount of time. If you can't manage that amount of time, that's fine. But look him up. Watch some of his videos. Find one that suits you. You may feel a bit silly because you do a large breath in, and then as you breathe out, you go sort of thing. But yeah, it's called Breathworks. Have a look, give it a try, see if it helps you. Okay, Shani, I'll have a look later. I can't do it right now because obviously I'm live, so but I will take a look. I've got nothing against religious music at all. Oh, happy day. I like that one. Yeah, don't do that, Alan. Yeah, have a look. He's a nice chap. He's a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? He's very, I can't think of my words. Anyone help me? He's really, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. Anyone? Anyone know what I'm trying to say? Eccentric, maybe, but no, that's not what I'm looking for. You felt this attitude's come up to play. Yeah. Enthusiastic, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's really enthusiastic. He'll breathe in and he's like, and as he breathes out, he leans forward. But it's good. I've tried it a couple of times and it's helped me a little bit. It's nice. He aims to get a feeling of euphoria with the breathing exercises, and it's pretty good. Lentils and beans. Yeah, just hang in, mate. What did I say before that? Which bit? Yeah, he's very enthusiastic. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you. Outspoken. No, enthusiastic was the word I was looking for. He's really into it. He really gets into it. But it's good. you just need to listen to what is being said, so you can sort of hear very quietly, into, out, to, like that sort of thing. So, but yeah, give it a go, mate. See if it helps. Boom, 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 boom. No, I've found the word. Are you behind, Sarah? I think you might be a bit behind. Try and catch up, mate. You're welcome, Alan. You got this, mate. Can someone type in, Sarah? I think you're a bit behind. Catch up on the live, because she won't hear me until she catches up. Yeah, we all do, I think, Rebecca. I think we all do. Sarah seems to be a couple of minutes behind on the live. So could someone tell her to skip to where we are? Thank you. Have you done it? Have you caught up? Was you a couple of minutes behind? You was, weren't you? Right, guys, I'm going to have a cigarette and then I'm going to put an end to this live. But not until I've had my cigarette. You need coffee. So once I have smoked this, I'm going to say goodbye. Don't go yet. I'm not going yet. I got a couple of minutes. But this is a pre-warning for you, Alan. Okay, Sarah, that makes sense. So pre-warning, Alan, I'm having a cigarette. Done well today, thank you, appreciate it. I'm gonna smoke this. Then I'm gonna take the dog for a quick walk in my wellies because it's fucking pissing down, so I'm gonna get wet. One Marley. Here's a Marley. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Marley, Marley, Marley. He's like, yeah, fuck off. He didn't want to get out of bed. He wanted to stay in bed this morning. You'll get typing now. Yeah, you've had plenty of warning, mate. Plenty of warning. Bob Marley. I hate to be called Bob. Fucking hate it. When I was a kid, my mum's husband, he was my stepdad, but he was a prick. He was called Bob, and he beat me quite a lot on a daily basis, actually. So yeah, that's one name I really hate. Call me Robbie, call me Rob, Robert even. It's all fine. But yeah, that's one name I really don't like. But don't panic, no offense taken. So remember, guys, when I end this stream in a few minutes, I'm going to walk the dog. and then I'm going to be live again. And every time I say walk, he looks at me like, Sarah, if it makes you feel any better, one night when I was out on the piss a couple of years ago, we saw a couple of snails and we picked them up and we was racing them, and mine was losing, so I stamped on it. So I hope that makes you feel a little bit better. Big up the shell dwellers. Yeah. Well, my snail was losing and I didn't like to lose, so yeah, I had to stamp on it. I was very drunk, so yeah, brutal. I was like, you fucking useless cunt, and I just stamped on it. Have you ever tried racing snails? It doesn't work. They always go the wrong fucking way. I did, Shani. However, at the moment, I've got no data on my phone, so I can't. Well, I know, but I'm just a cunt, aren't I? Am I a carpenter? No, I'm not. I'm a plasterer. Actually, I'm a plasterer, but I'm also a jack of all trades, so I'm a general builder. That's where I think of unsubbing Sarah. I farted. That killed a chat, didn't it? Like an art. It's a new hobby, Adam. I've just started carving as a hobby. .23 out there. What's that in real temperatures? Have you been all used up? In what way, Alan? Rebecca, I'll see you later on, hopefully. I will be live again very soon. Awesome carver. I don't know about that, but I'm having a good go. 4 level 1 farts in a row. Well, I'm sorry. Can I untie me? Yeah, you can be untied now, mate. Yeah, thanks to Lion. He is amazing. He's really good. And I was just watching the way he was doing it, and that's basically how I've picked up what I'm doing, just from watching him. Yeah. I've noticed my grey is getting worse. Can you see that? It's getting worse. Alan, have you got a sore arse now from being used? Badger's ass. Fuck off. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom, badger, 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 badger. Yeah, my wife dyes her hair because she hates the grey. Fahrenheit is not real temperature. Centigrade is Adam, I'm a plasterer by trade, and I'm just starting to learn how to do carving. So it's really new to me. It's not something I've ever done before. I have always enjoyed working with wood. Real wood, not any other kind of wood. Feels like winter in Australia. How are you embracing it, Sarah? Mark, I don't know if I know that one. Go on. Tell me. I don't know if I want to know the answer to this. Fade to grey. I like that song. We did earn every grey hair. That's very true. You love it. You love the grey. My wife hates it. Hers is hers goes like white, proper white. So she has to dye her hair to get rid of, like Morticia. I think if my wife didn't dye her hair, she would be completely grey, completely. Over here, so that it matches. None of you are going to recognise me next month when it comes to the shave. I don't know if I'm going to do the shave or not yet. But what I am going to do is, if I do the shave next month, I'm going to ask people for donations into my either PayPal or GoFundMe. And if I raise enough money, then I will shave it live. It will all come off live. A bit white gloss, yeah, that'll do. And any money raised will go into the channel. What do you reckon? Are you all up for that? Do a live shave, yeah. If I can raise enough money into the GoFundMe, or actually, I think I'd rather put it into the PayPal. The reason I say that is the GoFundMe puts it straight into my account, so it goes into the GoFundMe account and then comes straight into my bank account, and I don't want to do that. So I've set up the PayPal. And anything that goes into the PayPal can then go into my savings account, which will go back into the channel. It's gone, mate. I smoked. You gave it to the air ambulance. Do you know what? I could raise some and put it into a donation to something. I don't know what. However, my thoughts are I want to improve the channel. No, it doesn't include all hair, but I will cut my hair at the same time, I think. You're giving for arthritis. That's good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. If I shave, I'm going to ask for donations to improve the channel some way. And what do you reckon is a good target to ask, to aim for? Pubic hair. I've not got any, mate. That's all gone. I shave that all the time. I don't do pubic hair. So, yeah. Give me your thoughts. 1,000. Don't you think that's a bit too much to ask? That's a lot of money to ask, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, if I asked for 750, that's £1 for every subscriber. 10.99. I don't know. I don't know what is a good target for that. Oh, not in one go. No, what I'm wondering is, if I do a live shave, what target should I set for me to do it live? So, yeah, £10 and a free poll. I think you're completely misunderstanding me. A fiver. See, I was thinking, I don't know. I don't know how much would be a good amount to do it. Because I've decided that I quite like the beard. I'm 20 quid. What, each? Yeah, I quite like the beard. So I don't know if I want to shave it off. £1. You're all being cunty to me, aren't you? You're just being cunty. £3.60. Fuck off. Fuck it. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the beard. You can all fuck off. £5 sounds good. You're just a bunch of wankers. Enough to get a spoon. Badger, 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 badger. Mushroom, mushroom. I fucking hate badgers. Horrible bastard things. You can run the fuckers over and they still live. They're not fucking normal, them things. Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. And they carry TB. They're a fucking nightmare. Anyway, I'm going to bring it to an end there. You've all had time to say goodbye. So I will be back. I'm going to walk the dog and I will be back in the garage because I got Wi-Fi out there now. Thank you very much, guys, for joining. Half-eaten Mars bar, maybe. I'll catch you very shortly. Probably about half an hour, mate. Yeah, I like the. I was unsure. No wanking. Yeah, I'll be about half an hour. So yeah, see you soon, guys. Take care. Yaim, make sure you join us. Stay strong, guys.